everybody, One of Wisdom here. We're gonna check out Dark Spitfire's base upgrades here. Again, long story short, I don't have standard Spitfire. I sort of explain it in his long overdue introduction. So be sure to check that out. Again, I am pretty tired. I'm on like a normal person's schedule and it is not setting well with me at all. And that said, this is our like Spitfire, Dark Spitfire number 2, if you will. So he's not our leveled up one with the cool hat, but we're gonna come in here, get the base upgrades done, see how it progresses. So keep in mind, Tin Wing Sapphire's max discount of 20%, so all our prices reflect that. For 400, we're going to pick up the tertiary attack Flame NATO. Press Y to spin into the air and create a giant fire tornado. This is a pretty sweet attack. Again, I know it was so cool sounding, I had to buy it with our standard Spitfire, or standard Dark Spitfire way back in the day. It looks like that, and you think, oh yeah, that is pretty cool. Note that right now it just kind of spins around here. It's not honing in on enemies, more on that later. But note the duration of that bad boy, okay? We'll actually count it, but I'll tell you right now, we get roughly 30 to 32 hits with that thing, and the damage you ask, well, it is 10 to 15. So check it out. I'm gonna count silently in my head how many seconds roughly. Uh, 12, 14, somewhere in there. Let's try it again. I'm gonna use a real clock here. Yeah, roughly 12 seconds, I guess. So, that's not quite as impressive as saying, like, you know, roughly 30 hits, but we'll go ahead and document it this way. So the bottom line, it does 10 to 15, and that's not a huge number, but the number of hits, which I truly believe is somewhere around 30, that is significant. Even if it was around 5, it would be measurable and quantitative. You know, 50, which would be 50 to 65, is pretty legit when you're not having to do anything. But when you get up to 10, you would be sitting, you know, 100 to 150, and then of course 20, 200 and beyond, and it just compounds itself quite nicely. So you can jump in the air and fire it off, sort of. He sort of does like that spin. That's the soul. No, it's not. We don't have that here. That said, this is cool. This is Flame NATO Chasers. 560 is the price. Tornadoes now home in, or home in if you prefer, on nearby enemies. So where we launched that first one off and it wasn't really, it was just kind of spinning, looking cool, but not doing anything. Now, instead of it just kind of sitting parked right here in front of us, it will actually pursue enemies. It's not going to the dummy, but it is coming over here. So, in a roundabout way, that was a good example. But that's a better one. That gives you an idea of the fury of that thing. And just again, pay attention to the intensity and frequency in which we see the 10s to 15s flying off the dummy. Very, very impressive. So, right now we're moving on to Flame Fury. Hold B to charge up and then quickly dash around, hitting nearby foes. Once again, our standard secondary attack, the Flash Fire, 30 to 45 with the quick dash. And now what we've got, we're going to hold it for roughly 2 seconds. We'll still do 30 to 45, but instead of going like in a linear path like you see here, when I charge this thing up, you'll see it kind of switch colors there. His wings are kind of glistening in the angelic nitro blue color. He'll make a triangle pattern on the ground, so check this out. You can kind of see the ashes there, or the char marks on the ground, I should say. 30 to 45. I'm trying to get, you can kind of see, you know, the patterns he makes. This right here is like a really good example of the triangle. We're going to basically go for the Ghost Swords or the Sky Diamond, come back to the Fiery Forge, and we will return right here where I'm at currently. Not that time, but we have in the past. Nothing's working like I want it to. you get the idea. It's basically a triangle pattern, but still doing 30 to 45 damage. So you can also, I should note, hold B down and continue to move, so keep that in mind. Speaking of that, you got Intensified Fury for 960. Boost your melee combo with a flaming spin attack. We're going to go ahead and grab this, see how it pans out. Alright, so we're going to back out. We'll save that stuff for later. So standard attacks again, primary 24 to 36. You sort of got a, jab, hook, uppercut. So 1, 2, 3. Now if we continue to hold it, he sort of does like an Astro Blast, like, somersault, spin around kick, if you will. Not quite sure the best way to describe it. Holding down, come on. That was all 16. Well then. Okay, well, I stand corrected. I've already done the pass, and I had one issue where I thought that this was, we got a decrease, and I don't believe that we did. So Intensified Fury, still have the 1, 2, 3 at 24 to 36. Now, we're going to add Final 5X at, no, not exclamation, but at 16 to 24. So somehow I must have been registering additional punches, because it was looking to me like we got 5 hits, but it was 16, 16, 16 for the first 3, and then the last 2 were 24. But I'm holding it down, so I guess something is going wrong. But maybe I was seeing the 24s and not the exclamation points. I don't know, but I do know that we now have that documented correctly. So basically, minimum standards, hook, jab, uppercut, 24, 24, 24, that clocks in at 72, and then we basically do a 5-hit spin in the air that's going to clock in worst case scenario 80, so 80 and 72, 152 minimal damage if you hold out an entire combo there. So pretty cool stuff. But that said, these are the base upgrades for Dark Spitfire. Nothing too crazy, no massive increases in damage. We just have that slight increase down there. Really the 5 hits at the end is mainly what we're dealing with. The triangle, the primary hits themselves, still 24-36, which is box stock. Despite having the Flame Fury where we can do the triangle dash, we're still doing 30 to 45 as we were with Flash Fire box stock. The Flame Nados, which were introduced, 10 to 15, again crud tons of hits off of them, and they home in. So that's basically what comprises the base upgrades. Very solid foundation here for Spitfire. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. It helps you out. If so, leave a like. Your support is much appreciated. Make sure you are subscribed. It'll keep you up with all the latest Skylanders research, which we are very, very, very close to wrapping up for SuperChargers, believe it or not. Still have a couple tricks up our sleeves, so you want to stay tuned. So, nonetheless, for myself and Dark Spitfire, thanks so much for watching. Personal website, oneofwisdom.com. Also built a Skylander Club forum for ecstatic portal masters across the land. SkylanderClub.com. Check it out. If you like what you see there, we'd love to have you join us. You can follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Once again, thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you back here for more Skylanders.